Ohayo. Hajimemashite. Mariko to iimasu. Hello, freaky darlings. Are we ready to try an experiment and see if moving model will actually work and Potato PC will not explode? Let's give it a shot, shall we? Hello, everybody. It's moving model. We're gonna try, since we're not doing a whole lot today in terms of like moving around. I don't think we're gonna be doing any artwork today. I just want to chit chat with peeps. Is our chat box working? Or is Potato PC not going to be nice today? Yay! Chat box is working! I am 2-framing. I am down to like 2 FPS, but it is motion. This is about all my PC is capable of handling right now. We are dipping into the red, but... Is all the sound and stuff working? I can handle the low frame rate as long as the sound is working. Turn down the background audio a little bit. I am moving. But yeah, the big thing for today is how the sound is doing. If the sound is working okay, I can handle low frame rates. There's no skip in the sound. Sound is coming through normal. Well, I can handle the... I'm sorry. Okay. So, yeah, as long as the sound is coming through okay, we'll be fine for right now. Like I said, we're just going to hang out and chit-chat a little bit today about some things that are hibbity-haps in the... in my sphere of interest, as you can see by the thumbnail we have up on the screen. Today we're going to talk about some stuff like Legend of Vox Machina, the Royal Rumble, All Elite Wrestling, Magic the Gathering, maybe some Yu-Gi-Oh! And of course we're going to do some Dragon Ball chit-chat. So, yeah, we're just going to hang out, chit-chat a little bit today. Mainly because my hand hurts. I was moving some stuff yesterday and my hand's a little sore, so you didn't know what All Elite you didn't know what AEW stood for beforehand? Okay. Well, at least we're educating some people, I suppose. I am glad I can move around a little bit. My PC is like, whew, it is trying. Old girl is straining, but we're gonna give it a shot though. How is everybody doing today though, or is everybody doing okay? Everybody having a good day so far on this actually very chilly Saturday? Oh, Potato PC, please hold out. I know it's hard on you, but please, please, please. She is trying to be Beef PC. She wants to be Beef PC. 5 million beef. 5 million beef. Potato PC, thank you. Yeah, I know my frame rate's low, but I really just want to give my moving model a shot. I feel bad that I pay, you know, I invested all this stuff to have a moving model, and I don't get to use it. But maybe we could do like free days like this if you guys don't mind the low frame rate, and we'll try to grit our teeth through it a little bit. It doesn't sound like it's going to explode right now. I'm just looking at my my performance window, and it is consistently in the red. She is not gurgling and grinding like a paper shredder at the moment. So she's straining. She's doing her best. I gotta be honest, like, up until, like I got my VTuber model and stuff, I never understood the appeal of having multiple monitors. But now that I've got, like, you know, my tablet monitor here, and, you know, the display monitor right here, so that I can have the chat windows open and everything. Oh my god, please don't, no, don't curse me like that. Don't curse me like that, Bloom. You do not. Please do not. No, 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 no. We do not want Avast to kick into a smart scan and destroy the power usage in this freaking complex. But no, I never understood like the appeal of having multiple monitors until I became a VTuber. Now I can have, you know, chat up on screen, and then I can have this screen down here so that I can look at stuff. So I forgive all of the people who had multiple monitors, and I used to say, you don't need 2 monitors. What are you talking about? 2 monitors is stupid. Oh god, I almost like wish I had a thing where I could tell Avast to like not scan anything just to be on the safe side, but I guess we're just gonna, you know, we'll wing it and see how we can do today. Again, I will apologize for the slow frame rate. The big thing is just as long as you guys can hear me talk, we can handle 2 FPS on the model a little bit. I can, but as you guys can see, I can move around. I can twist a little bit. I can raise my eyebrows. I can lower my eyebrows, so I can look surprised. I can look blank, and then I can look extra, my angry face. I have a little bit of movement in here. Ooh, I also never noticed that I have reflections in my glasses. Yay! Ah, Noe Hakase. You're such a good rigger. Thank you so much. Also, shoutouts to CT for designing my wonderful body. Hopefully we will have non-potato PC. We will have beef PC soon. And I'll be able to show this off in all of its full glory. You guys will be able to see my full body and all the movement that I'm able to do. But we're going to try this for right now. So, first thing on my little docket for today. Let me find it here. There we go. So, I mentioned Legend of Vox Machina in the stream yesterday. Mentioned it relatively in passing. But after I got off stream yesterday, after I did a little bit more work, speaking of which, the subscribe star is not yet ready, but probably, pardon me, either later today or tomorrow, subscribe star should be up to parity with Patreon. So if Patreon is not really your thing, then you can try the subscribe star link, and that should be able, you guys have other options other than Patreon there. But I mentioned The Legend of Vox Machina yesterday, and after I got done doing some work yesterday, I went back and rewatched the 3 episodes that were released. I really, really do recommend this show. I think this show much better than a series that came out on Crunchyroll that we shall not name here. I think this one really hits the mark in terms of like adult and would you call it like lowbrow-ish kind of humor? You know, it's got some toilet humor, some foul language and stuff, but the series is very, very entertaining. As somebody who only has like a tertiary knowledge of Critical Role, I really found this series to be enjoyable. Unlike the other series, this one kind of hooked me on the very first episode. It's not League of Legends. It's based on D&D. There are people, Critical Role, they became kind of famous as like the big time like D&D stream where they were streaming their campaign. It's all done by a bunch of voice actors like Laura Bailey and Matt Mercer and stuff. And it like became huge. It became like a phenomenon and actually got a lot of people into D&D. I have to admit, like, even with like my tertiary experience with D&D, it almost kind of got me back into it after, I had played some D&D back in college, but I haven't since. Yeah, it's Critical Role. So if you know anything about their first campaign, the Vox Machina campaign, the first 2 episodes of this is the prequel. It's what happens before they started streaming their campaign. And then from episode 3, and I think it's the rest of this season. There's going to be 12 episodes. The rest of this season is going to be the Briarwoods arc with Silas and Delilah as the main antagonists. I said Crunchyroll show that shall not be named. No, the first like 2 episodes, really, really good. First episode completely hooked me. And like I said, I have a barely scraping tertiary knowledge of the first Critical Role campaign. I haven't honestly watched a lot of the Critical Role campaigns. But this show does a really good job of giving you setup. It gives you the background and it introduces you to all the characters appropriately. Something the show that shall not be named did not do. You got to meet everybody right off the get. We got into the plot right off the get. You didn't have 2 episodes of absolute filler. By far, out of the characters that we have so far, Grog, the Goliath barbarian, he's my favorite. He is precious and dumb. He definitely fits like my Magic play style a lot, which we will be talking about later with Magic the Gathering. But if I was to name, like, he's just the big dumb strong guy. But, oh man, such a treasure. And, like, the voice acting for this show is also really good. Yeah, dude, like, seriously. Like, you might have seen, like, that's pretty much all I have. Like, I watched the very first episode of the Vox Machina campaign, and I watched some of their most recent campaign when they first started streaming it. So like I said, my knowledge of Vox Machina is very, very limited. But you don't have to know anything about Vox Machina or the Critical Role campaign to get into this show. I think this show is, it's very, very good. I've said it's like high fantasy meets Invincible. So if you're a fan of Invincible, I think you'd like this. So yeah, I mean, it's got it's like, I hate to keep bringing up the show that shall not be named, but the show that shall not be named liked to consider itself anime. This show here is way more anime than that show could ever dream of being. This show, like, has a great aesthetic. It's got great voice acting. The story is actually really well written. And, just, yeah. If you guys are really interested, if you're looking for another show that's kind of like League of Legends, the League of Legends show you were talking about is that Arcane show, which is another show that I'm wanting to check out. I'm actually interested in checking out Arcane, and I'll if I finish that show, then the next time we have a free day, we'll talk about that one. Yeah, like I said, Kazo, like, you don't really have to know anything about Critical Role. You don't have to go in depth about the campaigns or know like a whole lot of the campaign lore to get into the show. The show, while I wouldn't say it's a great substitute for those original campaigns, I think that I think the show is like a really good entry point, and I think it, like, you can almost like envision like when they do their concentration or their their will saves and stuff like that. You can almost see and hear them making their rolls and seeing where they fail and stuff. There is a lot of nudity. Well, not a lot of nudity. There is nudity, and there's a lot of swearing and gore. It is a very much adult and mature series, unlike the other series which pretends to be adult and mature, but it's on a very, very superficial level. But yeah, very much highly recommending the Legend of Vox Machina. Very, very much so. Dug this series a whole bunch, and gotta be honest, like, I'm actually thinking about watching the show again when I get off stream. It's that good. Like, seriously. And, a good thing, like, we've got 12 episodes this season. They're releasing them in 3-episode batches. And so we got 3 episodes this week. They'll release 3 more next Friday, and they're going to do that until they hit the 12 episodes of Season 1. But they've already greenlit Season 2. Season 2 has already been greenlit. They're already in production on it. So there is going to be a Season 2, and, like, so far, I'm, like, absolutely stoked. Anybody who knows me on, like, the Discord and stuff knows that I don't get hyped for stuff all that much. I'm very much anti-hype, and I temper my expectation a lot. But I was actually kind of jazzed for this series, and I'm glad, at least for me, it's living up to the hype. Also, like, I know that I'm at, like, 2 FPS right now. My ability to move is very limited. But I'm actually, like, really happy that I can, like, move my model for today. It's going to be janky and jerky, but hey, at least I'm moving and we can get the model to move a little bit and try to enjoy some of the hard work that was put in by my model parents. I can't lie, Kazo, like a D&D thing with some of our squids, like, maybe that might be like a thing we can do on the Patreon at some point. You know, maybe we can get in on a campaign with some of the patrons, with some patrons in the future. When we get a couple more. No problem, Isaiah. We're going to be here for a minute. Hey, Kaido. How's it going? But yeah, too long didn't read. Highly recommend Legend of Vox Machina. It's on Prime Video, so if you guys have it, and I know that some of you are younger, so you might not be allowed to watch something like this, but if you are, highly recommend, give it a shot. I would say that the first episode is probably the raunchiest, and then after that, we kind of break into the, what you expect out of a high fantasy series. But really, it does have, like, honest to goodness, like, laughs. It actually made me laugh a couple of times, which is more than I can say for a lot of things that have come out that are supposed to be funny and just aren't. So yeah, TLDW, highly recommend Legend of Vox Machina. Very much looking forward to the next 3 episodes next week. Let's see. Alright, next on the docket, we'll talk a little bit about the Royal Rumble. Anybody who has been following the channel for a while knows that I used to be a wrestler, and though I don't watch the WWE that much anymore, I still do have a tertiary interest in the Royal Rumble. Especially with what's been going on, like, behind the scenes, like with all the releases and stuff today, or all the releases that have been going on over the last year and stuff. You had your physics exam today, Kaido? Did you do well? Do you think you did well? Man, a physics exam. That's like way beyond my realm of expertise. Sure, I might have been dragged to this planet through some sort of weird rites. Did I see Seth Rollins on Friday? I did not watch on Friday, but I did see, when I was watching Wrestle Talk, I saw clips of him, and, yeah, Seth Rollins, the drip god, totally, just about janked my entire outfit. So, you know, I don't want to brag or anything, but, you know, the man knows taste when he sees it, I suppose. But yeah, we got the Rumble tonight, which is, you know, even for somebody like me who doesn't really invest that much time in the WWE anymore, this is still like, you know, this is like the exciting match. The rumors and stuff that I've been hearing is that we've got, in the men's Rumble this year, we've got like 8 to 12, somewhere between 8 and 12. Surprise entrance for the men's Rumble. For all we know, Seth Rollins could be here right now. That would be, hey, if you are watching, I doubt it, but Seth Rollins, if you are watching, hey, shout out to your boy. But, yeah, we've got like 8 to 12 entrants for, surprise entrance for the men's Rumble tonight. According to Geekdom, the Forbidden Door is open. We've got some surprises that are like legit surprises. From what I remember seeing going on online, Kurt Angle is actually, like, there right now. They've spotted some people, and I'm sure that they are trying to keep some of these surprise entrants quiet. The Women's Rumble, I'm actually kind of excited. Paige has apparently been cleared, and she'll be hopping in to the Women's Rumble tonight. I'm not going to expect a whole lot out of the Women's Rumble because the big talk of the town and the big story is that Ronda Rousey is coming back, and nine times, you know, I'm 99% positive she's taking the whole thing because they're booking her for WrestleMania. So I'm 99% sure, my prediction, that the Women's Rumble is probably going to be won by Ronda Rousey. You're an 11th grader, Kaido? Oh man, to be in 11th grade again. I remember the days. Oh, my goodness. Oh, it was such a long time ago. Self-taught English? Hey! That's awesome. I actually was doing my Japanese classes last night. I'm still studying. I'm almost a year into my Japanese, but my while my comprehension and my speech is still very, very low, I know far more Japanese than that I used to. But, yeah, odds tonight, I do believe, my prediction for the Women's Rumble is that Ronda's taking the whole thing. I don't see them giving it to anybody else. New Age was like 2 days old back then. Yeah. That was right around the time I originally came up with New Age. So yeah, that was a long time ago. Men's Rumble. Let's see. I know that, like, I think Geekdom's prediction was that Brock Lesnar's illegally going to win the Rumble. That he's probably going to lose his match against... he's going to lose his match in some sort of screwy... Or, like, Roman's going to lose in some screwy way. I honestly don't know who is going to win the Men's Rumble. I think I might tend to lean with... I might agree with Geekdom that Brock is probably going to illegally win the Rumble. You're Arabic? That's cool. Rainy? We're just chit-chatting. We were talking about The Legend of Vox Machina just a little bit ago. Highly recommend that show if you're interested in adult humor, high fantasy. And now we're just doing a little bit of chit-chat. We're just having a free day today. We're going to do a little bit of talking. KO? Man, I really, honestly, no. I don't see KO winning the Rumble. Like, what's the big match with... What would be the big match with KO if he won? Like, against Seth? I think you can set that up... Yeah, it's random blather day, basically. I wanted to try and use the moving model today, so we're going to try and not... You know, we're not going to do much in terms of artwork today, because I just want to see if the moving model will, you know, work without causing Pulteta Pishi to burst into flames and, you know, collapse and ruin my VTuber career before it even gets the chance to start. So, yeah, I don't really know who they're going to do for the Men's Rumble as the winner. I do kind of see some merit with Geekdom's take that Brock will probably illegally win it. I'm more interested to see who these Forbidden Door entrants are. You know, I think that's been, like, the big thing is, like, you know, I really don't care who wins the Rumble anymore. I just, like, you know, I'm interested in seeing who the surprise entrants are. I highly doubt, like, anybody from AEW who's currently under contract will be showing up, though it wouldn't surprise me. Well, I guess it kind of would surprise me. Like, how freaking, like, weird would it be if, like, Bryan Danielson or, like, Kenny Omega, like, I know Kenny is, like, you know, he's out, but, like, man, how weird would it be if, like, they showed up during the Rumble just for, you know, just for a one-shot? I think more than likely, though, because he's, like, not under contract right now, I think the most likely Forbidden Door entrant will probably be Cody. Maybe somebody from Impact, considering, you know, Mickie James is going to be an entrant in the Women's Rumble. Blue, I honestly don't know who's, like, all on the roster. Like, I know who's up here. You know, we've got Brock, we've got Big E, we've got Becky, we've got Roman, there's Bianca. You know, so I know a couple of the people, but, like, little do you know, Random Danhausen, yes. Very elite, very evil. Very evil Danhausen. I'm actually, like, really happy for Danhausen. And oddly enough, Jim Cornette didn't crap on the fact that he debuted. He was crapping on the rest of that Adam Cole, Orange Cassidy match, but he didn't crap on Danhausen. Apparently, people have been sending Jim Cornette cameos from Danhausen. That, you know, but we'll be talking about AEW here in a minute. To be perfectly honest, I don't even know what else is on the card for the Royal Rumble. The two Rumble matches are all, like, I mean, let's be honest, like, I think the two Rumble matches are all anybody really cares about. Maybe the Roman Seth match. Oh, how long is my anime watch later list? I think my watch later queue on Funimation is... I think I've got like 15 shows on my Funimation watch later list. Including like some seasons. The match was fine. Like, I liked most of the match. I think it was the ending. The ending of that Orange Cassidy Adam Cole Lights Out match was, I think the ending was the weakest. Yeah, 5 miles long, font size 4. Yeah. But yeah, on my just my Funimation queue is like 15 titles long, and that's including like seasons that I've still yet to get to. My Amazon watch later list is like is getting pretty long because they actually have some good titles on there. Same thing with like some of the Hulu and Netflix titles that I've yet to watch. But yeah, not much else to say about like the Rumble. I'm picking Ronda for the Women's Rumble. Actually, really happy to see Paige coming back. The Men's Rumble, I really don't know or care who wins it because I'm probably not going to watch WrestleMania, and just more interested to see who the surprise Forbidden Door entrants are. I want to see how open the Forbidden Door for WWE actually is. That's pretty much all I've got for the Men's Rumble and the Royal Rumble this year. I'm probably not going to watch it. I will probably just, check Twitter to see who some of these surprise entrants are. They're going to post video of, like, the surprise entrants. So, like, that's pretty much all I need. But now we'll move on to the wrestling show that I actually watch, All Elite Wrestling. I was actually kind of disappointed with the Beach Break episode. It took place in Cleveland and Johnny Gargano didn't show up, but he did acknowledge that people were chanting for him. I think it would have been perfect for him to come back at the Beach Break for Cleveland episode because that's where he lives. But I know him and Candice are waiting, for their kid to be born. Is Ronda going to keep using Piper's shtick? Probably. He, gifted her the name Rowdy, so she kind of has, a lot of respect for Roddy Piper. And, when somebody, bestows a gift on you like that, especially in the WWE, you kind of use the full thing. It's like Kevin Owens, he got the blessing to use the Stone Cold Stunner from Steve Austin, so that's been his finisher for a while. And it's obvious, and I think that's a lot better for Kevin Owens to have a finisher like that. When I was wrestling, they said the best finishers are the kinds that you can do on anybody. And while, the pop-up powerbomb is, a cool finisher, if, he's not allowed to use the package pile driver. So if he can't use the package pile driver, the pop-up powerbomb was, kind of cool and unique. But he can't do it on everybody. So I think him having the Stone Cold Stunner, a move that you can do on literally anybody, is good for him. So when you get a blessing like that, you kind of use it. How did I get into wrestling? I got into wrestling kind of like how most people did. I got in I've been a wrestling fan for 30 years. I've been watching since the 80s. I was never much of a Hulk Hogan guy. I was always a Macho Man Randy Savage and Jake the Snake kind of guy. But I understood the appeal of Hulkamania and, the Warriors and stuff like that. But the late 90s, early 2000s, the era of, extreme wrestling and the Attitude Era that people, refer to, and that's where, most of us got into the fandom. Hold on just 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I actually have to go grab something. Be right back. I'm coming. I'm almost here. Okay, I'm back. But, no, I kind of got back into wrestling, you know, like a lot of people in the late 90s, early 2000s, the Attitude Era, ECW and stuff like that. That was, like, really what got me back into wrestling. And, you know, since then, I've been into wrestling on and off. I think, I want to say, like, 2005, 2006, maybe? I, like, stopped watching wrestling on a regular basis. I honestly didn't get back into watching wrestling on a regular basis hardly at all until All Elite Wrestling came into the picture. They, you know, despite their flaws, AEW has kind of rekindled my love for professional wrestling. Even if I can't watch the show every week, I tune in. I check all the updates and stuff on it. It is a very flawed. It's a flawed federation, but I like that it's got more of an edge. It's not as like clean cut and sterile as the WWE is. It's very much grittier, and they're not afraid of like some of the things that like Vince McMahon has like strayed away from. Like they are not afraid of blood. They're not afraid of letting their women do like more barbaric kind of things instead of, you know, treating them like kind of like they're less than. Britt Baker's a superstar. Let me put it that way. They do need to improve the women's division, but still, I think they're doing a better job. It is very sanitized. It is a very, very sanitized and sterile program, the WWE. Did I watch the first Sonic movie? And if so, am I going to watch the second one? I actually haven't. There are a lot of movies that I meant to go see, but like, if I can find like the Sonic movie on like a streaming platform or something, and it's like not that expensive, I might rent it and watch it. I have had it recommended to me, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to come up out like, you know, with $20 to go to a movie theater and actually go see something. Getting me to a theater is a chore and a half. I like staying in the lounge. I honestly don't leave the lounge very much. The lounge is my home. I feel very comfortable here. I enjoy coming here and chit-chatting with everybody and, you know, doing artwork and stuff like that, and this is actually like a really fun kind of day where I can just hang out and chit-chat with you guys. We don't have anything on the docket. We're not on a time limit. We could just do what we want and chit-chat a little bit. Chat box told you that the first one didn't send. It's on Paramount Plus. I don't have Paramount Plus. I've got Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, and of course YouTube. Don't have Crunchyroll. I canceled my Crunchyroll subscription years ago. I've got Funimation now, because like I said, I do have some series that are on my to watch list that I do need to get to. But no, I've had enough people highly recommend the Sonic movie to me that I would not be opposed to giving it a watch. But no, I'm actually like talking about All Elite Wrestling. Like I said, I don't get to watch all their shows all the time. It is very hard for me to do so because, you know, I don't have regular TV, so I don't have TBS and TNT. But I do catch the show if I'm ever able to. I mostly have to go to somebody else's house in order to watch it, and I don't always have that opportunity. But I do try to tune into it whenever possible. Streaming did really turn into cable, didn't it? We cut the cord only to put another cord in its place, didn't we? We cut the cable cord and hooked up the internet cable cord. But, like, I mean, to be honest, like, between what I would pay for regular cable from my service provider and comparing that to what I pay for Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, and Prime, like, the Prime Video is just like an after effect of me having Prime for shipping. But, like, if I was to, like, even take all of those into account, I wind up paying less for all those streaming services than I would if I was just to get cable. And I'm sure, like, if I wanted to, like, I could probably, like, get, like, free channels. I have Fire Stick right now, so I'm probably sure I have, like, access to free channels, but, I don't look into that kind of stuff, so I don't know how that is. If I had the ability to watch either Rampage or Dynamite every week, if I have that ability somehow, some way, I would do it. Because I really do enjoy enjoy AEW wrestling. I enjoy it way more than I have enjoyed anything that I've seen from the WWE. When I tried to watch WWE a while ago, I couldn't even get, like, even the 90-minute versions of Raw that they put on Hulu, that they used to put on Hulu, oh my god. You want to talk about a slog to get through. Holy moly. Like, even when you cut it down, like I said, to like 90 minutes, it is just such a chore to try and watch. If I had the choice to draw a dragon that's like Shenron, but with wings, a more animalistic dragon, or an eldritch abomination dragon, which would I want to draw? I guess I would try to draw, like, if it's going to be like a Shenron dragon, I think, like, a more animalistic... I honestly think any of those options could work. You could make any of those work in a Dragon Ball kind of style. Oh, it's okay. Out of those ones, I do think that, like, a more animalistic dragon, like a more wild dragon, I guess you could say, would probably be, like, the best. Like, the Dark Shenron that they have that came out of the Dark Dragon Balls is kind of like an eldritch abomination dragon, I guess. But, I mean, I don't know. Dark Shenron is, like, weird. I don't know. He's a thing. I guess that's the best way I can say it. He's really a thing. Dark Shenron is a thing, yeah. Oh, don't worry about not sharing the McDonald's. I've mentioned before, I'm not much of a McDonald's person. Like a couple weeks ago, I actually splurged and went out and got some fries, and there's a McDonald's, like, really, like, you know, nearby once I get out of the wooded area where the lounge is. And once I get, you know, towards the city area, there's a McDonald's over there, and I actually stopped and got fries for the first time. Like, oh my goodness, let me tell you, I haven't eaten fast food on the regular in 2 or 3 years. Because back in 2018, 2019, I got on the keto diet to, like, you know, lose weight and get healthier. So I stopped going to fast food places and I stopped getting fries. And, yeah, so like a week or two ago, I actually splurged and went and got like a small fry from McDonald's. I just, man, it's crushing disappointment. You would think that having not eaten fast food in so long, and you finally get a chance to go and get some fries, and, you know, splurge a little bit and get something that you haven't had in a while, you'd think that even after all that time, it would taste great. I'm like, these things are barely crunchy, and they rest, they sit on a throne of lies. Those fries are on a throne of lies. The fries are a lie. But, yeah, crushing disappointment. I'm glad I only got a small bag, because, like, man, that was just super disappointing to actually get French fries, and they just sucked. They named a storm after me? A storm, you say? I was not informed of this. Otto, were you informed of this? Because I wasn't. Did you know that there was a storm named after me, Otto? I did. What storm did they name after me? I am curious. Do please inform. I will have to Google it. I can't Google it right now, or else Poltate the PC will absolutely crash and die. But, at some point, maybe after stream, I will check it out. Is it like a hurricane? Did they name a hurricane after me? No, this little guy right here. This is Otto. Otto. O-T-T-O. He is my little tentipus. A little plush tentipus. He is not a doctor. Little Otto Tentipus here. He's one of my species, but he's very young. He's very, very young. A tropical storm? Okay, so it's not a hurricane, or it hasn't been upgraded to a hurricane yet, but they named a tropical storm Malik. Huh. That's fascinating. I kind of like that. They named a storm after me. Huh. Interesting. You checked it? You tweeted me about it? I haven't seen it. Let me see. Let me open up my tweet notifications here. See if I got anything like that. I have no notifications. I'm like looking right in my mentions too. I have nothing. It has all of my, it's got all the responses and stuff that I've had over the last couple of days, but I have no mention of a tropical storm in my tweet notifications. So, I don't know how that is working, but that is the absolute state that we are in with the tweet machine. Storm Malik is the third named storm of the season, impacting parts of northern England, parts of Scotland, and Ireland before Denmark. Oh, wow. You hear that, Otto? I get to be devastating this year. Or not, maybe not devastating, but impacting. I can try. Let me see. Storm Me is giving Masako a bad day. I actually just talked to Masako this morning. Okay, I think I see what the issue is, Isela. I see that you are here, that you do follow me, but your tweets are locked, so I can't see them. So, that might be why I can never see any of your tweets. Your tweets are protected and locked. Oh, yep, there's the Discord notification. That just popped up. Storm Malik. Heck yeah. I'll actually have to share that on Twitter. I got a storm named after me. I mean, granted, it's a storm, and if it turns into a hurricane and winds up doing a lot of damage, you know, maybe that's not, like, the best thing to be named after. But, I mean, still, you know, eh. Ah, here we go. So, next thing on my little docket of things that I wanted to talk about was Magic the Gathering, which is the granddaddy of all trading card games, and their most recent set, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Now, it may shock many of you to believe this. This is, you know, I mean, class is in session. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be astounded when you find out that I might actually be a weeb. I know, shocking news. I'm sure everybody is taken aback. I'll give you a moment to process that. But this new Kamigawa set, like, I wasn't playing Magic when the first Kamigawa block got released, so this new one, I was very tentative about it. I gotta be honest. I was really tentative with this whole, like, cyberpunk thing. Worried that, like, it's not really gonna fit the aesthetic of Magic the Gathering. But I'm going to have to I have to say it. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty has fully appealed to my weebness. The full art lands that we've got coming in this series, in this particular block, the art, the dragons, the aesthetic, I'm totally 100% all about it. I want to get as much of this as possible. I need all of those full art lands in foil. I need them all in foil. I need them for my 5-color dragon deck because I am a nerd and a weeb and I play this game all the time. My brother Black Hat, Alistair, and Lemmy, we all get together and play this game, so I am super duper all about this. What was my inspiration for New Age villains like Rigger and Elajan? So, with Rigger, coming up with Rigger, I've actually, like, talked about this a couple of times. Anytime, like, I've shown off Rigger, my original inspiration for him is, like, he's kind of like a love letter for the Saiyan arc. And, I came up with his design by taking Vegeta's head, putting it on Nappa's body, and then flipping Vegeta's hair upside down. And that's how I got, like, his design. So, Nappa's big buff body, Vegeta's head, and turn Vegeta's hair upside down. And that's how I came up with his design. And the arc itself is just like, you know, it's got all kinds of homages and inspirations from the Saiyan arc. And, yeah, I mean, like, that whole arc is just, like, there's a whole bunch of, like, different inspirations from that particular arc. And you can find, like, parallels and homages of that arc in that, in the Rigger arc. by far, I think, like, the new version of Rigger that, you know, Kazo, Arcty, and Jester helped me cultivate with the Definitive Edition is by far the best version of Rigger that we've ever written. And I honestly don't think that the Definitive Edition would be half as good as it is or coherent as it is without the input of those three guys. So, you know, to you guys, Kazo, Arcty, and Jester, I thank you guys so much for, like, putting up with my BS and, like, my hiatus and stuff, and, like, putting your input in to help make the Definitive Edition as good as it is. Without you guys, it wouldn't be where it's at right now. So I thank you guys for that. Elajan has actually gone through, like, a lot of different, like, reboots and stuff. Matter of fact, I might be able to bring it up without killing the PC. Let me see. I can show you. I brought it up a couple of times before. Here we go. This was some of my original concept art for Elajan. Whoop. Here we go. As you can see, like, we went through a bunch of different designs. You know, he's gone from everything from being like a cyborg version of Boo to one of the things that I originally came up with was that he was a being of pure energy called an ambient, and he was, like, jumping from timeline to timeline, and he would take on a different form. And I think the original story was, like, he liked the form of Majin Buu, so he took on that form. But the version that we have now, where he is one of the Aspect Lords, I think is the best one. It's, like, it's kind of cool to, like, bring in, like, the higher aspect cosmic, you know, kind of like DC Marvel style cosmic deities in with Elajan, rather than just being some random energy vampire, basically. But I mean, obviously he takes a lot of his visual cues from Boo, you know, so I can't really say a whole lot about that, but yeah, Boo was obviously a big inspiration for that. Oh, my poor PC. I got the I got a warning a warning sign up on my computer usage just by opening that. But that's the first one we've got today, so we're doing a little bit better. So obviously I can't move my cursor around and open a bunch of stuff because the Untitled PC does not like it. Like the first Lantern? No, not exactly. I believe the entities that I've compared them to the most, I've compared the other aspects, the Aspect Lords, to the Endless, the DC Endless, from Vertigo comics, like the Sandman and Delirium and stuff like that. Embodiments, not the embodiments of their function, just simply beings that are the function and they just have these physical manifestations. That's sort of what they are. They're like a combination of like the One Above All and the Endless in that respect. They sit above and outside the divine hierarchy of the gods because they aren't like really gods, but they're treated like the gods of gods, basically. Derek follows you? Derek follows a lot of people. let me see something. Now that, dope. Yeah, now I can see your stuff. Now I get to see your shirt, the shirt that you got. Oh, you got a Creature of Culture shirt. I'm so happy. I'm sharing all of that, just so you know. The Creature of Culture shirt actually looks like pretty good IRL. The colors came out a lot better than I thought they would. That makes me happy. Oh, I got a couple of missing frames. I'm getting a lot more warning frames now. But yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing what some of the shirts from the Bonfire store look like, or at least the Creature of Culture one, I shared it on Twitter, so you guys can actually see what the shirts look like IRL. Like I said, the colors look a lot better. Nah, I don't think I would go that far. He might have become a universe, but he wouldn't have become an aspect lord. Merging with a universe doesn't make you an aspect lord. But, yeah, really quick, just a quick take on Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Actually, really looking forward to this set. You did well, Magic. You successfully appealed to my weebie, the inner weebie within, and you have thus far held me hostage into getting more product that I thought I was going to skip out on. So, good on you, sir. We're going to close some of these extras out. Oh, okay, speaking of weeby card games, so some of you might know that I used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh card player, but I dropped out of that game many moons ago. And everybody has been asking me to, like, I've had a lot of people ask me, well, are you going to get on Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duels? No. Absolutely not. I'm not. It is not going to happen. Absolutely not. Ooh, crispy chicken? Crispy chicken. Sounds good. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I talk about this on the Discord with Mexus a lot. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game that I used to have as my main game, but this game's not fit my play style anymore. This is a game for overly competitive spikes. I love Blue Eyes White Dragon. I love my Cyber Dragons. I love my Galaxy Eyes Dragons. But, man, I can't do it. The game is too fast. The game is too competitive. Every time I try to convince myself that, like, oh, well, maybe I do miss the game, I go to the LGS and I see people, like, playing the game, and then I realize why I left the game in the first place. What I will say about Master Duels, though, because I have seen gameplay footage of this. Yeah, Tempest, we're trying the moving model today. Potato PC is trying hard. It's doing what it can, and I'm at like 2 frames a minute, and I can't really draw or open up a lot of things without the PC, like, screaming at me not to. But we're trying. We're just moving we're doing the moving model around just for today on free, on these free chat days. We'll try to do moving model. On days when I'm doing artwork, though, we have to do stationary models. But the one thing I can say for Master Duel is the layout. The system layout for Master Duel is like really, really good. It looks really smooth from what I've seen. Like the gameplay and stuff looks really smooth. I can't get into the game. The one something that I'm actually hoping like Master Duels can achieve, because I've been hearing rumblings that like a lot of MTG Arena streamers have actually been leaving to play Master Duels. Best thing about AEW is MJF and Wardlow. Oh my god, I am so waiting for that. I am waiting for that blow up. That's gonna be cool. You're gonna have like a monster baby face when Wardlow finally turns on MJF. But yeah, with all of the Magic streamers who are abandoning MTG Arena to go play Master Duel because Master Duel seems to treat its players a bit better, I'm hoping that maybe it'll kick WotC in the butt, and maybe they'll do the maybe the economy and stuff will improve a little bit. I'm not counting on it, but there's always a chance. There's always a chance that a little bit of competition might kick WotC in the butt, and maybe they'll improve our economy, maybe give us a dust system. Maybe they will give us, more wild cards when we actually deserve it, instead of trying to find ways to shank us in the ribs and not give us anything. They come over to our home, they take money out of our wallet and then spit in our face. We don't really appreciate it, WotC. We really don't. So, if you could not do that, we would, we'd greatly appreciate that. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh anime? It's going to be a hot take. People aren't going to like this, but I was actually like a really big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I loved GX. I think the thing that made me like GX the most was the, I think it's the Beginning of Destiny game that was on PlayStation 2. I played that game so much. Let me tell you something. I played that game every waking hour back in the day. That was actually like how I developed my my Cyber Dragon Fusion deck that I wound up building IRL and taking to tournaments and stuff. The Beginning of Destiny game on PS2, that was like it was my bread and butter. I loved it. Yeah, like a lot of people used to hate on GX back in the past. I like 5Ds. Don't get me wrong. 5Ds is pretty cool. I mean, card games on motorcycles. But no, GX was always my go-to. But I do like 5Ds. My heart, like, I love the OG, don't get me wrong. OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Was awesome. But for anybody who, like, it's like so weird. Like, man, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show should be like it's supposed to be like a good introduction. It's basically a giant commercial. Okay? It's like the Transformers, like, cartoons, or G.I. Joe and stuff from back in the day, right? It's basically a giant commercial for the card game. So you would think that you should incorporate way more of, like, the actual mechanics and stuff of the card game, to try and make it easier for people to learn it and, like, break into it. Which, like, later on and stuff as they've gotten better at it. They're trying to make sure that the card game effects IRL match what's going on in the TV, on the TV show, or like vice versa. The TV show card effects are closer to what they are IRL. I do think they need to cut back more on the quote-unquote plot device cards. Never had actually voice dub lines. Oh my god, Sean Schemmel was the voice of the Crystal Beast Amber Mammoth. Save me, Jesse! Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. I actually haven't... I think I watched, like... No, I actually didn't watch any of Vrains. I watched, like, 2 episodes of Arc V. Ah, Firewall Dragon. Man. IRL, man. I remember the days of Firewall Dragon. That was right after I got... that Firewall Dragon was like the big thing right when I got out of the card game, and then shortly afterwards he got banned in the IRL version of the card game. But man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like, ugh. I could do some voice impressions. My voice impressions are okay, I guess. I mean, just the ridiculous Arnold impersonations aren't, like, that hard to do. It's the same thing with, like, Kermit the Frog. I'm pretty sure, like, anybody can do a decent Kermit the Frog impression. Hello, Kermit the Frog here. Kermit the Frog. My name is Dre, and this is my child Tupac. Say hi-ho, Tupac. But yeah, like, man, I remember the days of Firewall Dragon. That was what got me out of the game, was like, man, it's just those unbreakable turn 1 boards that came with, like, Link summonings, man. Links were supposed to slow the game down, and it didn't do crap, man. Transformers Prime is amazing. Best Transformers show. I haven't seen the Transformer. Yes, very nice. Very nice, Danhausen. I am Malikhausen. Thank you, Isaiah Hausen. Very nice, very elite, very evil. But, like, I remember what I've, like Voltron 84 and stuff like that. You know, I'm very old school. Like, I didn't even watch any of, like, the Beast Wars Transformers or whatever from back in the day. Like, back in the late 90s, early 2000s or whatever. Like, Beast Wars, the CG animated one. I didn't even watch any of that. They started giving Yusaku every extra type? Man. I don't know. Like, the card game that I've been, like, developing, like, I wanted to, like, do, like a 1 season or, like, an episode show of it. And I, like, had, like, actually, like, a whole season plotted out, based on the legendary dragons of the 8 magical schools. But, I don't know. Maybe at one point, like, instead of, like, actually developing the card game, I can actually... Maybe that will be, like, one of the original series that I actually do. I can use the original card game that I developed as the backdrop for an IRL manga series. But, yeah, don't expect me to hop on the Master Duel train. I pretty much sold out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Completely. I still have some parts of my collection left. Like, I've still got all my Blue Eyes White Dragons. I still got all my Dark Magician stuff, my heroes, Cyber Dragons, Galaxy stuff. A couple of other things here and there. But for the most part, I completely sold out of the collection. And I don't... the last thing I want to do is hop on this whole Master Duels thing and get sucked back into a game that I know that I can't enjoy IRL. The game is entirely too fast and competitive for me. I like the slow, casual, the slow and casual nature of like Commander. Optimus Prime. Man, like, it is like bonkers, like the Michael Bay Transformers, like, pardon my language, but I mean, like, you know, like Bumblebee, right, gets captured in that first Michael Bay Transformers movie. They're like, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee has been captured. Optimus Prime is just like, fuck him, let's roll out. Like, come on, man, Optimus, dude, Bumblebee's supposed to be your boy, bro. Like, help a brother out. Card game on motorcycles and Project Ignis when I get beef PC? Probably not. Like I said, it's been a while since I've, like, I don't even know what Project Ignis is. What is Project Ignis? I don't know what that is. I need to know these things. Maybe Squib, but Squib is tech illiterate. Gen 1 Optimus? Heck yeah, dude. Gen 1 Optimus is Chad, bro. It's a free Yu-Gi-Oh sim? Oh, no. My knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh is set back at the start of Lynx, so I'm sure like a lot of the game has passed me by. I mean, unless you're like talking of like Synchro era, like going back to where before we had like Xyz and Lynx and pendulums and stuff. I would have to take like a brush up course because, like I said, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in about, I want to say 5 years now. It's been since I played Yu-Gi-Oh. He literally was Robot Dad. I cried when he died in the first Transformers animated movie. Who didn't? I mean, that first Transformers animated movie was hardcore, man. Nobody was safe. You think Game of Thrones would, like, murder everybody that you ever cared about? Man, you couldn't care about anybody during that first Transformers animated movie. They were gonna kill everybody. You know, Optimus Prime is supposed to be the badass. He's Dad Robot, and they kill him, man. The anime only format with the motorcycles. Card games on motorcycles! I don't know. Maybe at some point, maybe you can, talk me into it on something. I don't know. I'm more than likely, at some point I would like to play, like, some Magic Arena on stream. But, we gotta, we have to do some, upgrades because, I have tried to run Magic Arena on Polte Tapishi before, and Polte Tapishi crashes every single time. So I've only tried like twice, and it kills it. And what's our next thing on my little docket here? So we were talking about Dragon Ball a little bit ago. Dragon Ball Superhero. I gotta be honest, we've talked about this a couple of times before, but I'm actually like kind of stoked for this movie. I know the CG animation is kind of hit or miss for some people. I'm hoping they can smooth it out by the time the movie actually comes out. But I'm actually kind of interested to see where the movie goes. Especially if we are basically knocking Goku and Vegeta out of the picture and focusing more on Gohan, Piccolo, and Pan. If this is a way for us to de-escalate a little bit, maybe have a movie that's like a cool down and we're not talking about universal threats, then I'm actually kind of excited. I hope this movie like actually does really well. And heaven forbid, I think this might actually be a movie that I might actually go to a theater to try and see. Who knows? I mean, what do you guys think? Like, if you guys, are any of you guys planning on going and seeing this movie, or are we waiting until, like, the movie actually, like, comes out on, like, video or something before we, give it a shot? Or do we have a bunch of yar har hars in here? Bring back Optidad. Hashtag Optidad. If it comes out in a theater near you, you're gonna check it out. I guess that is like, you know, what do you call it? Like, that's the deciding factor for a lot of people. I mean, you know, I know a lot of Dragon Ball fans. Otherwise, it's the high seas. Yar. Yar, Brutus, get me some spinach. This guy punched me in the next week. Yar. Willing to see it in theaters if possible? Yeah, I guess that is really the deciding factor. If you can see it in the theater, are you gonna go see it? If not, are you gonna be a yar har har? Yar har fiddle dee dee. I would rather not be a yar har fiddle dee dee if possible at all. I would like to support it legally, but I know that is not an option for some people. I gotta be honest, guys, I'm actually surprised the PC has lasted this long. True, global hellscape pending. We are still in kind of that. We are still in that, I suppose. You live in the boonies, so you're probably waiting for a DVD release. Yeah, I guess I can understand that too. I did manage to go and see the last 3 Dragon Ball movies that have come out in theaters. They did have them in my theaters, so I'm just very curious to see how this movie winds up. I really do hope that we are in like this. We are in the situation where like Goku, Vegeta, and Broly like show. Ooh, pardon me. They show up for like the first. Well, not even for like the first. They only show up for like a couple minutes in the movie. We show them that they're off-world, and that we've just got like Piccolo and Gohan as like the top 2 strongest people on the planet, and they have to deal with the Red Ribbon Army. That's what I'm hoping. Give me some slice of life. Give me some Gohan goodness. Give me some Uncle Piccolo, and give me some cute moments with Pan, and I'll be happy. Do not let this be a movie where Goku comes in and, you know, steals the thunder away from the characters again. Please do not let it be that. I am begging you, please do not let it be that. Yeah, was that like the release schedule for it, like before? With the other movies? Like Japan got it, and then we got it like a couple months later. I can't remember. It's been a long time. I do remember watching like Battle of Gods in Japanese before it came out, but I think like the release date between the Resurrection F movies and the Broly movies was like much shorter between the release of the Japanese dub and the English dub, wasn't it? I don't want Chad Han. I just want Goku to be I just want Gohan to be, like, he can be the focus without having to be the Chad Han that, you know, I do not want him to come back. Give me some dork Gohan. I need more dork Gohan. Give me some dork dad Gohan, and then let him be a little bit of a badass. That's it. So Broly was in December, and we got it January, so it was like a month afterwards. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if we get a release schedule like that, like if so like say they release Superhero in February and we get it in March, I think that'd be kind of cool if we can keep the release dates between the two movies. You know, I guess that could kind of minimize the spoilers and stuff for everybody. Alternate god tier threats that Goku fights and reasonable threat levels that the Dragon Team fights. Yes. Let's do that. Let's alternate, you know, keep the super serious stuff for Goku and the rest, you know, Goku and Vegeta or whatever. But let the more moderate threats that the weaker members of the Dragon Team could potentially fight, let them, you know, do those battles. Give them a chance to shine like they did in the Resurrection F, where they're able to take down, you know, the members of the Frieza Force. Give us that. And then let, you know, Goku and Vegeta handle the big bads and stuff. But then, like, have those arcs where, like, the reasonable threats can be handled by the Dragon Team, and we don't need Goku and Vegeta to solve everybody's problems. That's what I'm hoping for. I also really want to see... I just really want to see some Uncle Piccolo moments with Pan. I think it's going to be absolutely adorable. I'm also just, like, noticing, like, as I look at these two new cyborgs, they remind me a lot of, like, they're like some sort of weird mix between, like, Hit, Krillin, and they kind of remind me of, like, Cashman from the Cashman manga that Akira Toriyama did. Japanese release is the 22nd of April. Oh, okay, so we might get it in, like, mid to late June? That'd be kind of cool. Or no, mid to late May, excuse me. Yeah, I know the months out of the year. Yeah, I'm good. It's just like I know my math. As long as 2 + 2 equals a simoleon. Cyborg 009. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I can kind of see that too. Cyborg 009. Yeah, I kind of see that. I just love that these cyborgs are more visually, like, distinct than, like, the previous cyborgs, like, you know, 17 and 18 and stuff. They have a more unique look. I just, yeah, man. As much as, like, I do like their looks, I don't like the fact that they're still going with, like, this, like, what they got with their faces. That's something that's, like Frieza and, you know, Frieza and Cell have, and, like, it's like a hit face, you know. I think we do need to get away from that kind of aesthetic. Dragon Ball New Age, Chapter 7's already out. We've actually been working all the way up through Chapter 9, Caesar. I think, Mastar Media has reviewed Chapters 7 and 8. But guys like Mondo and Unreal Entertainment Gaming haven't, what do you call it? They haven't reviewed them yet. Mondo, if you want him to review it, I know he's been waiting. I think he might be waiting for the end of Chapter 9, but I'm not sure. But if you want him to start reviewing them, you got to bug him for it. I have no control over when those guys do the reviews of these series. Oh my god, you're right. They do have the freaking Waluigi symbol. I didn't even notice that before. What the heck even is that supposed to be? Wow. Why do they have the Waluigi symbol? That is weird. Wow. Oh god, please no. Just please keep Android 21 in the video games. My Lord in heaven. Lord in heaven above. Lord in heaven above. Beings of worshipped past. Whoever will listen, please do not let Android 21 show up in this movie. It's the Greek letter for gamma? Ah! Okay, there we go. There we go. We have solved the mystery. The upside down L is the Greek letter for gamma. And they are the gammas. It's not even a letter, nor is it even close to an R. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 will fuse and become Beta. Or Sigma. Cyborg Sigma. I'll bet that's what it's gonna... They're like... The first two are like Gamma Gamma, and then it's like Sigma or something. I don't know about all that, Caesar. Like I said, I'm actually kind of looking forward to this movie as long as it isn't, you know, the Goku and Vegeta show. As long as I get me my slice of life moments with Piccolo and Pan, and Gohan gets to be a bit of a dork before he comes in and be, you know, does what we all think he's going to be. But yeah, Caesar, we're in the midst, we're actually like getting close to the end of chapter 9 in terms of the manga. So there are links down in the description. If you check the links down in the description and go to the Tao of Dragon Ball, you can actually read where we're at so far. And if you guys are trying to see even more than that, if you go and subscribe to the Patreon for as little as $1 a month, you can actually see all the finished pages in high resolution. Before they get released to the general public. What about Malik Studios? What about my studio? We don't have, like, the Tao of Dragon Ball and the Patreon are really the only place you can see the pages right now. Tao of Dragon Ball is 100% free. The Patreon, you can just see the pages before they go on public release to the general public. I will never hold Dragon Ball New Age behind a paywall forever. It's always going to, you know, you just pay $1 a month and you can see the finished pages before everybody else does, if that's what you're into. But you don't have to. But I haven't been able to host Dragon Ball New Age on my DeviantArt since Viz took down the original one. How long do I want New Age to be, and do I have a complete script? How long I want New Age to be and how long New Age will be are two entirely different things, because it all depends on how long it takes me to get through it. So, as of right now, Dragon Ball New Age has 3 for sure arcs planned. There's the Rigger arc, the Elijah arc, and then an arc following that. If you know, at some point when I'm making enough passive income and I can afford to take fewer and fewer commissions so that I can work on more DB New Age and more original manga. I have 3 other arcs planned for after that. Complete scripts, no. Me and my script writers, we usually will take like, what was it, Kazo? I think like we took like a week and a half, 2 weeks, didn't we? Where we just like, where we were pumping out scripts left and right until we got up to like chapter 9, chapter 10. We pumped out all those scripts like all at once because we were just on fire. So like we write scripts for like a few chapters ahead, and I have like bullet points like for like I know where the story, where like, you know, where I want it to go. But as like far as like a full script for the entire series, we don't really have anything like that. I just, you know, I have bullet points, you know, like I know that this particular story beat is going to lead into this particular story beat, which will lead into this particular story beat, so on and such forth. Yeah, we took like 2 weeks and we pumped out chapters 1 through 9, and then we've been working off of those. So like what usually happens is like we'll write like a batch of scripts and then we will send them all off to Derek to go over. So there's like, so it's me, it's myself, Jester, Arcty, and Kazo. We all collaborate and write the scripts. Then I send them over to Derek for finalization because like we're putting the script up on his platform. And you know, like, you know, it's a collaborative effort between all of our knowledge, and you know, he helps me maintain a lot of the characterization of the characters, and you know, some of the other aspects that we might miss. But so there's like 5 people who get in on the whole script writing business, and you know, we just have like a bunch of script, and then, you know, I do make changes to the script as we go sometimes, but they're usually small. And then, you know, I work off of those scripts for the time being until, you know, we get to so like once we finish up chapter 9, we're going to take like another 2 weeks or so and write out, you know, another batch of scripts. Like these next couple chapters, because they're mostly going to be the fight between Rigger and Gogeta, there's not a whole lot in terms of script that needs to be written. It's for the stuff that's like after that, and maybe like some of the dialogue that we have in, you know, in the midst of the fight. But like, you know, scripting out the whole battle, that's just something I kind of have to wing it and do. But yeah, like full bullet points, or like a full script, I don't have anything like that. I do have, like I said, bullet points. You know, I want the story to go here, 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 you know, so on and such forth. Great segue. Oh yes, my shill powers know no bounds. Let's see. And then, so I actually had somebody was asking me what I thought about the granola arc right now, and we actually kind of got into this in the Discord server before I came on stream, and I do give Dragon Ball Super like a lot of crap. Sometimes it's unwarranted. For the most part, it's not. I do tend to nitpick things. I over-exaggerate my nitpicks a bit. Blake Smith pointed out a continuity irregularity that can kind of easily be excused. Just had some lunch. I'm not... Kazo, I am not going to fly off the handle. We are not doing that here. I'm not gonna. I will just say that, like, the granola arc, I'm, I don't know. I have a lot of issues with this arc. Mostly stemming from just, I just don't like the fact that, like, granola got to be a problem for the main heroes by wishing for it. Like, somebody actually brought up, like, I know some people, like, hand wave the whole wishing to be the strongest. They wave it off. But, like, even in the Broly movie, Goku mentioned that you couldn't wish to be the strongest. Like, he like outright stated that was something that was, like, beyond the dragon's power. He couldn't wish to be stronger. You know, so I don't know if there's, like, it's just, like, it's gonna be different for the Cerulean Dragon Balls, which, oh my god, dude, the Cerulean Dragon Balls are, like, you want to talk about some hack Dragon Balls, man? I am not a fan of these, of the Cerulean Dragon Balls. You know, just, man, I don't know. I'm not a fan of, like, they just seem so broken, you know? Granted, like, Dragon Balls themselves are broken as hell, but you're not disappointed in it because you never thought for a second it would be good as meeting all of your expectations. You know what? Okay, Kazo, you got me on that one. I actually said the same thing about Cleveland Browns fans. I've told Cleveland Browns fans before, because they're always disappointed when the Browns lose. And I'm like, you know how you never get disappointed in a Browns game? Go into the game expecting the Browns not only to never win, but to never even score a single point. That way, when they do score a point, they've completely exceeded your expectations and you can't leave the game disappointed. And I think that's the way that we have to look at the granola arc. You know? Temper your sense of decency and expectation, I suppose. But, like, no, it's like those Cerulean Dragon Balls, man. So there's only 2 of them. You only gotta find 2 of them. Granted, they're the size of a freaking marble. But, I mean, still, there's only 2 of them. They never turn into stone, so you can use them as soon as you can find them. And this dragon seems to have, like, wish-granting power on par with the Super Dragon Balls, man. Like, it seems like they can do just about anything. Yeah, just how strong is Taranbo? Why does his dragon have wish-granting capabilities that the other dragons, besides, like, Zalama, don't have? Why can his dragon grant these wishes that are, like, that seem to be so far beyond the power of their creator? You know, it might be, like, a shaky explanation, but at least, like, with the Black Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball New Age, at least I tried to give them an excuse for why they could grant wishes that are, like, far beyond King Piccolo's power. Because he made them wrong, and they're feeding off of the Earth's energy and not the energy of their creator. I am a fan of Minus Bardock. I have said this before, that I think Minus Bardock is a lot better than Z Bardock, and I have given my reasons for that. Taranbo's the dragon? Yeah, it shows you how much I've been paying attention to this arc. I don't even know the name of the dragon, because I thought the Namekian's name, like, started with an M, doesn't it? I don't know. I just, I know the people who are on the screen right now. So we got Vegeta, we got UI Goku, we've got Granola. I know Gas. I don't know. I can't remember the names of the other heaters. Monito. Yeah, there we go. Yes, we stand minus in this lounge. Isn't that right, Otto? We stand minus. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. This arc ends, at least for Granola. He dies, yet it's because Frieza does the sucker death beam out of nowhere. I'm not defending Toyotaro bringing Bardock back. I do think that like it is kind of like a shoehorny way to fit Bardock into the story. I'm just saying I like minus Bardock. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Z Bardock is cool. I just prefer minus Bardock. Once you accepted Dragon Ball BS, you started to enjoy the arc for what it is. I mean, yeah, like with Super, I enjoy the arcs for what they are. I don't hold them to a I guess you could say I don't hold them to a particularly high standard, I guess. It would be ironic considering Granola does have it out for Frieza. I do like Granola's design, though. I do have to say that. I do tend to try to give people a chance, Kazo. I know you know I'm the public face of the studio. I have to try and be on good terms. I don't want to just outright insult anything. I don't want to be kind of negative like that. You're totally allowed to be, though. You can go ahead and do it. I don't care. Yeah, and it's like I said, it's perfectly understandable for you to not like Toyotaro. I have said before that I tend to criticize Toyotaro when I feel like the criticism is warranted, which granted, he has given us no shortage of opportunities to criticize him, but there are people who like criticize him for things that I feel like, you know, he shouldn't be criticized for, like clouds and stuff like that. And when his art hits the mark, his art actually like hits the mark actually kind of well. You know, his art every now and again hits it, but like, you know, we have talked in the Discord server and we have talked on stream before at length about the issues that Toyotaro has with his art. From his anatomy and stuff like that. You know, but I like, you know, I think we talked about it yesterday on stream, how, you know, Toyotaro has been working on Dragon Ball Super for like what, 6 or 7 years by now, and he still has to run every little thing by Toriyama because, you know, he hasn't reached the level that he should be for what he has been signed up to do, you know? He should have learned more and picked up more of Toriyama's habits than he has in the time that he has been doing this. I talked about that, Kazo, in the in the podcast that I did with Unreal Entertainment Gaming, that, you know, I'm still waiting for that to come out, and I will share that when it does. But I almost feel like they picked Toyotaro simply because it was like a matter of convenience. I honestly don't believe that he was handpicked. I don't believe Toriyama handpicked him. I just think out of the options they had at the time for people who they thought would do the manga, they already had Toyotaro working on the Dragon Ball Heroes Victory Mission manga. I think that was the whole reason he got the job in the first place, is it was like a matter of convenience. I honestly do not think Toriyama handpicked him. Not like he did with Naho Ueshi, you know? He handpicked her. And, like, I think that's a testament to, like, how different, like, Ueshi-san and Toyotaro are. You know, when Naho did the Son Goku and His Friends Return manga, right? Like, Toriyama praised, like, her comedic timing and her strong art and her knowledge of the series, like, right at the start. But, like, man, I don't remember, like, Toriyama, like, picking, like, you know, like, heaping any kind of praise like that on Toyotaro. Yeah, from what I've heard, like, Dragon Garo Lee, I think the issue why they didn't pick him is that he has a problem reaching deadlines. His art is really good, but I guess, like, deadlines have been an issue with him in the past. But what am I doing about Dragon Ball New Age Remaster? I mean, we're doing the definitive edition. Like I said, we're in the middle of Chapter 9. Tomorrow we're doing more pages for it, you know? Today was just one of the days where I had, you know, some free time, and, like, my hand is sore, so I'm trying to give it a rest, and it was an opportunity for me to try and move the model and stuff. I'm not a fan of Ultra Ego either, Isela. You know, I'm also not a fan of, like, Goku being able to use Mastered Ultra Instinct at will. I've talked about that before in the past, too. I wouldn't mind Goku, like, being able to use, like, Omen of Instinct. Like, if he could use Omen of Instinct at will, I don't think I have, like, that much of a problem with that. But, I feel like Mastered Ultra Instinct should be something he should still be able to strive for. Not something he had in the previous arc, and now he can use it all the time that he wants. Yes, Kazo? You had a question and lost it. You left me hanging high and dry just for that. Aw, oh, come on, man. I'm the only one who's supposed to lose their memory around here. I gotta say, these, like, you know, just having a stream where I can, like, actually just, like, chit-chat and interact with you guys has actually been, like, really fun. I need to make time for more chit-chat streams in the future. Yeah, well, you know where to find me, so, like, you know, if you remember your question, we can pick up on it later. Yeah, what kills me with, like, this whole Ultra Ego thing is that, you know, people, like, praise, like, we're trying to praise the character development that Vegeta is showing by realizing that he's not that egomaniac that he was, and I'm like, dude, we already had this arc before. He did it in the Buu arc. You know, he willingly allowed Babidi to control his mind so that he could go back to being the same evil guy that he was before, and then he realized that he wasn't that guy. He tried to lie to himself, and he did it once, and realized that he wasn't, you know... This is something that I do keep harping about, is that, like, you know, they keep repeating character arcs and stuff that we've already done. And can we please just take Vegeta out of his Cell Saga armor? For fluff's sake, man. I am, you know, we moved past it in the Boo arc, and then we just revert right back to Cell Saga era armor. It's like nothing past the Cell Saga is allowed to be cool. On a bright note, we've been streaming for almost 2 hours, and I've only missed frames 6 times, so Potato Pishi is doing what she can to hold out for us. You could just beg for the super rewrite again? Maybe. That might, you know, maybe we can do a super rewrite for like an Explore the Lore or like a video series, you know? Do a super rewrite. I don't know. I'm gonna run and grab a bottle of water really quick, lovelies. I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second. Okie dokie. I'm back. We need an end of Z arc. That's kind of what I'm hoping, like, we're gonna kind of get with Superhero. You know, I hope that this is a lead into the end of Z and we can finally move past this 10-year time gap. If we can move past this 10-year time gap, a lot of my complaints about Super, I think, are going to evaporate. Well, Caesar, like, unlike before, when I was doing Dragon Ball New Age, I don't have the time to just dedicate 100% of my time to Dragon Ball New Age. I couldn't finish the old story because Viz took it down. That was out of my control. Stopping the old story was not something that I wanted to do. That was not in my control. Can I name one thing I liked in Dragon Ball Superheroes? Yes, Rainy, I'm literally working on DB New Age tomorrow. One thing I liked in Dragon Ball Super Heroes, I mean, the fights are cool, I guess. Like, I didn't even finish the full Hearts, like, arc. I've seen, like, highlights and stuff for it. But, like, you know, I mean, I guess, like, the fight animations and stuff are cool, but, I mean... But yeah, I don't know where people get the idea that, like, I stopped the old story on a whim. I didn't do it. It was shortly right after the Moro arc started. Right after the Moro arc started, that's when Viz went on DeviantArt and had the entire manga scrubbed, and I couldn't do anything about that. I could have fought it, you know. I could have, like, went and tried to counterclaim all 500 pages, but, you know, at the time, like, I just, you know, it was very disheartening, and I felt like I had no other choice. And when Derek offered to allow me to host Dragon Ball New Age on the Tao of Dragon Ball, I kind of took it as an opportunity to go back and fix the things that I wanted to fix, and make the story, you know, to edit the story for the final time, you know, and now this be the absolute final version where I'm not going to go back and redraw or rewrite anything. How hard is it to draw fights? Not that. I mean, sometimes it can be. I try to envision the fights, like, you know, make like an AMV or something in my head. Like, you know, I choreograph a lot of the fights and stuff on my own. And I look to inspirations and stuff sometimes. I actually have a playlist called Blood Pumping Battles. And I've shared that before in the past. And it's a lot of, like, animated fights and real-life fights that I take a lot of inspiration from. Rainy has a hard time drawing fights. Rainy excels in cute and comedy and has a hard time in fights. I have a easy time with fights relatively, and have a hard time with the cute and the comedy. Together we are a full artist. I agree, Kazo. I think the art and the story are better now. Like, I actually, I shared the story with Kaiser Neko a few weeks ago. And, like, he had seen some of the previous Dragon Ball New Age. And he said, dude, he complimented me and said that my art had, like, greatly improved. Tablos, the original creator of Dragon Ball AF, he's actually, like, a big supporter, and he constantly compliments how much, like, the art of the current DB New Age is, like, you know, how good it is. And, like, you know, I don't often pat myself on the back, but I actually like, you know, it's encouraging to hear stuff like that. My favorite anime fight? Ooh. A lot of my favorite fights are in the Blood Pumping Battles playlist. Man, there's just a lot that are, like, I love, like, a lot of, like, the really well animated ones. There is an anime that I haven't got the chance to watch, mostly because I can't find it anywhere. But it's called Fog Hill of the Five Elements. I guess it's an anime that was made in China. It's one of the first... I think it's in my top 5 on the Blood Pumping Battles playlist. The fight in that is, like, really good. In a more, like, mainstream anime that I think my favorite fight is, probably Boros versus Saitama. Boros versus Saitama is crazy. I also, like, you know, I've talked about how, like, I want the new Rigger versus Gogeta fight to be, like, way bigger and, like, more spectacular than the previous version. Especially considering, like, how we've powered up, like, Rigger and Gogeta now. You know, they were strong before, but now we're, like, on, like, God, you know, we're in God level territory, so I want the definitive version of their fight to reflect that. Remember Toyotaro's Dragon Ball AF? Yeah, I was actually, like, you know, I have, like, a bunch of it downloaded. I don't know if I have the complete thing. I know I have all of Young Gigi's Dragon Ball AF downloaded. But I don't know if I have all of Toyotaro's. I do have, like, the transcript chapters that he was working on that he never got to finish. Where we saw, like, Zykor's version of Super Saiyan 5, I guess. You could really see, like, when you look at Toyotaro / Toyble's art from where he first started Dragon Ball AF towards the end, where his art style, like, really, I guess you could say, evolved into what it is now. Like, you could start to see where he was starting to have a lot of those anatomy issues that became really prevalent in his current work. Mackie. Who's Mackie? Is like that a character from Heroes? Is Beerus still asleep in New Age? I'm trying to think. I think when Rigger shows up, I think he's sleeping. But during the Elysian arc, I think he's awake. I'm pretty sure, like, I have it written that he's awake. But during the Rigger arc, I believe he's taking a nap. Oh, Maki is the heater girl? Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, besides Gas, I don't know the names of the other ones. I haven't memorized them. Open up this page. I know there were a lot of people who really liked this page. This panel is one of my favorites that I've done. But I like the way the new, you know, our new version of Dragon Ball New Age has been going. This is a very One Punch Man influenced panel, yes. It is meant to be like a like an homage to the death blow, like when he snuck up behind Genos in their friendly sparring match, and like shot him that, you know, the punch that he stopped right in front of his face. This is supposed to be kind of like an homage to that. Fat one is Oil and the tall boss one is Alec. Okay. I think I remember Alec. I forgot Oil. Did they ever come out and say that Toyble is Toyotaro? No, they never did, but it was pretty obvious. Like, even before people, like, fully figured it out, like, if you compare the old Dragon Ball AF artwork to, like, you know, especially, like, really early in Dragon Ball Super and the, what do you call it, Dragon Ball Heroes Victory Mission manga, it was obvious who it was. Yeah, this new rigger is, like, terrifying. He hasn't killed anybody, but his strength and his, like, anger are just, like, legit terrifying. He is a force of nature in this new one, and I like it that way. Like, hold on a second. Yeah, here we go. And here's where, like, we can illustrate, like, I've talked about before, like, how Toyotaro had a really bad habit that he picked up doing the Dragon Ball Heroes manga of overloading his pages with panels, because the Heroes manga that he did was only like it's only like supposed to be like between like 3 and 5 pages long or something when he was doing it in Shonen Jump magazine. So he tried to fit so much. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 panels on one page. This is unacceptable. It is so crowded and so busy. I know you've only got 3 to 5 pages to do this, but oh my god. Looking at this hurts my eyes. Is Beerus going to have a big or small role in New Age? The Elijah arc will have the most to do with the gods. Do not expect Beerus and Whis to be like side characters that are constantly around like they are in Dragon Ball Super. You know, cameo appearances and stuff are a possibility, but don't expect them to be everywhere like they are in Super. That's not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, this is where I said, like, he picked up a really bad habit of overloading all of his pages. It is something that he has, like, he's mitigated, but it is still a big problem. So, like, let's look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... 15, 16 panels if you include, but yeah, this is a panel because there's people here. This is meant to be a panel. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 panels. This is horrendous. You should never, ever stuff this many panels onto a page. Like this, like, man, this could have all been one panel. You don't need all of these reaction shots and stuff like this, man. This is just so hard to look at. Like, he overloads his pages with so much fluff. We don't need all of this on here, man. That is a very bad habit that he has picked up, and he has yet to fully break it. Like, even this. So, if not for all these extra panels right here, like, you could have made this all one page, all one panel. This could have been this whole panel right here. And you could have had just the Kamehame. So this page, instead of being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels, should have been 3 panels. You should have cut this thing in half. Make this, all this panel right here. Maybe enlarge this panel a little bit, so make it half and half. And then you've got this nice big panel to let everything breathe. But he could not help himself. He just stuffed way too much in this one area right here. Wait, let me... Like, here's one of the older pages from AF. See, like, right here we have a case of the over-the-shoulder reaction, the Toyo neck. Another case of, like, Vegeta's body being way too small for his head. The awkward, you know, body positions and stuff. This is all just, like, almost identical to the stuff that we were seeing in the Dragon Ball Heroes manga. It's virtually identical. You know, so it wasn't very hard to piece together that these, you know, these were all done by the same person. Let me see if I have any, or if they're easily locatable. Yeah, chat's a little bit dead, but that's fine, you know. I expect chat to slow down every once in a while. This is another panel that's just been very egregious. I mean, oh my god, look at this. Why is his head this far in front of his body? This is, like, we have gone over this page in depth on the server a bunch of times. This is just, like... It's even bad, kind of bad right here. This head should be right here. It is way too far ahead. No pun intended. Yeah, if you guys want to see the fixes that like we did for panels and stuff like this, you can check out the Discord server. Free to join. You don't have to sign up for the Patreon or anything. Our Discord server's free, and you can find it in the Terror Taro channel in the Dragon Ball section. You can see the fixes and stuff that we did for him. Let's see. This is from the Yo Son Goku and His Friends Return manga. This is the one that was done by Naho Ueshi. So, one, she gives us a nice she gives us a nice break. Notice just how, like, few panels that she does. This was something that Toriyama actually praised. Her ability to panel is on par with him. She knows what information we need. A nice good establishing panel right here. And we know that Videl is there, so we've got nice establishing shots, and everything is nice and wide and big so that we can appreciate what's in there, and everything has room to breathe. There's negative space where there needs to be negative space. Images and stuff where we need images to be. You don't have to go super detailed and stuff when you're doing Dragon Ball. You know? Yeah, her artwork might not be a one-to-one for Toriyama, but neither is Toyotaro's. You know? And I think her artwork is close enough to like an older style of Dragon Ball where we have like that rounder, more like a cutesier art style for her art. And I think that works a little bit better in this particular circumstance. Let me see if I can find one of her action pieces. Let me see. Here's an action piece. So, like, yeah, it's not overly detailed and everything, but I mean, still look how minimum, how big our panels are. We don't have a lot of diagonal cuts and stuff like that. You know, and there's just like, you know, everything has like room to breathe so we can take it all in. It's nice and easy to follow. This is something that like we harp on with Toyotaro, that like a lot of the times when he overloads his paneling, he makes it very difficult for you to read along with the story. You know, it's like I said, Naho Ishii's art, as you can see, might not be a one-for-one for Toriyama, but she has a good eye for composition. She is somebody that you can look to and understand good composition and a way to, you know, size your panels appropriately for your pages so that everything is nice, breathable, and big. I think this also kind of goes back to like I think like Naho Ishii, she panels and composites like a manga artist, whereas Toyotaro, I think he does composition. He thinks too much like an anime. He wants to be able to show a lot of things that you don't necessarily need to show. Do another one. This is another fan manga. Let me see. I want to find a good example. This is from Crimson's manga, the Zaberu Chronicles. Now, this is an instance where I feel like the panel runoff, like up on the top and down at the bottom, I feel like that kind of works. I feel like Toyotaro sometimes, he just like, he like makes random panels run off, and I don't understand why. But I think this is an instance where, you know, we've got a whole lot of power. Like, you know, we're trying to showcase that this guy is powering up, and we're showing that it's like affecting like all kinds of other places other than, you know, directly where they're at. So I think this is like a good use of like runoff paneling. Crimson just, he keeps getting better and better with his paneling and his composition. The dude's art is fantastic. If you guys aren't following him on Twitter or Instagram, I recommend you do. His art is fantastic. He also has a Patreon. actually have, like, I talked about before how, like, where I left off with Multiverse, I actually have the very page I left off where the last time I ever read Multiverse. This one. Salagier was still the artist for Multiverse when I stopped reading. Or, I mean, Gogeta Jr. was still the artist. This is page 372, and I know we are way beyond that point now. But this is where I stopped reading Multiverse. Power show planned that messes with the format too, purely comedic. I do want to do a quick like illustration of like where, how different a particular page that we've gotten to. This is from chapter 10. This was one of the original. This was the last version before the definitive edition for Dragon Ball New Age of Goku and Vegeta's fusion, and then. This is the new version. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 4 panels, but 2 of the panels are actually somewhat their own panels. So 2 of the panels are technically 2 panels themselves. So old version, which is okay, not, you know, not particularly dynamic. And then the new version. But this is where, like I say, where I feel like we're really starting to show off more capability and stuff, to show my growth as a manga artist. Pardon me. Making a series about Toa and Mira kidnapping different versions of Goku and throwing them in a different dimension to keep them out of their way, and they called it the Goku Room. Ah, okay. I didn't understand where that where the name had actually come from. My favorite filler in DBZ? The Bug Planet. Bug Planet and Fake Namek. Those are probably my 2 favorites. But, I've actually gone through all of the talking points that I had for today. Castle, give me that. Give me that. Okay, it's just a comedy thing? Okay. Come on. I nuzzle Otto a little bit. My little guy right here. Yeah. Which you should be able to tell when the protagonists are a Turles who was confused for Goku and is trying not to get caught by all the Gokus. Oh, speaking of comedy comics, there will be more Dragon Ball Chibi Age comics, the ones that poke fun at Dragon Ball New Age. Girl-Ku, Ginyu Goku, Evolution Goku, Xeno Goku. But yeah, we'll have more chapters of Chibi Age and stuff coming as well. Rainy works on them, and I love her shizposty comedy. Yeah, I've talked to Kaiser a couple of times about it. You know, they don't get them wrong. Don't get it twisted. The guys at Team 4-Star, they miss Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but they have so much other stuff that they wanted to be able to get to, and they just didn't want to deal. They didn't want to keep dealing with the headache. Like, you know, I mean, look at what happened to Totally Not Mark. You know, Team 4-Star basically had to go through that whole rigmarole every single time they posted an episode. You know, doing Dragon Ball Z Abridged, it might be what got them noticed, but man, it brought so much negative attention from Toei Animation to them. Where are you? Here she is. It might not be much, but there you go, Azela. There's a Girl-Ku. This was a Girl-Ku that I did for Masako. Which also, I talked to Masako and he said he'd be down to do a guest narration for an Explore the Lore vid. Another thing that, I actually have a couple things that I need to finish. This is actually a piece that I started on but never got to finish yet. This is going to be a Pepra poster. So this is Rigger's mother. We're gonna show her off in all of her battle-y glory. And hey, I just said I designed Girl-Ku. I never said that, like, I wrote any of the story that involved her. This is another one that I need to finish that I want to make a poster out of Fit Sapari. Which I actually have to add, like, she has a couple of scars on her that I forgot to add, but yeah, this is also going to be a poster. Notice the Tory last. Let's see. Let me show off a little bit more stuff before we get out of here. Let's see what I can find. Oh, I have, like, people who, if you're in the Discord, you'll know these emotes and stuff, but, when we do get monetization and we can start using emotes and stuff for the subscribers, like, we have, a bunch of our own emotes. So, like, one of them is this one, the Auto Pog. So we will have our own Pog emote. Isn't that right, Otto? Yeah. We also have Salt. Do I read DC and Marvel comics? I haven't bought any in a long, long time. I think the Harley Quinn Black Label series was the last modern one that I bought. I grew up a big fan of Marvel and DC, but lately they haven't grabbed me. I think the all new reboots, when they first came out, I picked up almost every series and then I dropped almost every one. Yeah, I do like Marvel and DC, but it's mostly old back issues and stuff from the 80s and 90s that I keep picking up. And people also mentioned this particular emote. This will be an emote we will have as well. I will modify it in the future, but yeah, we will have the Malik Dumb emote. They really did. DC and Marvel both really fell off for me. And I'm still looking for a place to put them. I haven't found it yet, but just so that people know that they still exist, Wallet Chan still exists. I will find a place for Wallet Chan eventually. Ugh. I had to stretch there for a second. But, yeah, like I said, I've pretty much covered everything that I've wanted to, chit-chat about, today. I think I am going to hop off for now, so that I can get ready to start making dinner and, some other things. I also have to make a quick run. But it was really fun just having a day where I could just sit and chit-chat with you guys and bring up the topics and stuff as they come. I know a lot of times during the art streams I tend to clam up, but that's because I'm so invested in my work, you know? So it's nice to just come on here and just be able to talk to everybody. You know, I think we do need to make something, you know, we need to find a day where we're just, you know, having a regular day where we can just sit and talk about things, and I can use my moving model and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's where we're just going to call it for tonight so that I can get out and about and do what I need to do. But thank you guys so much for coming out. This was a blast. I really had a whole lot of fun, and we will do this again sometime. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys again. I love you all. I am Malik Torihane. This has been the TEMPTacle Lounge. Again, I love you all, and I will see all of my freaky darlings again next time.